Hi everyone, my name is Bree Stout, and for this presentation I'm going to be talking about Dove Corporation, who I currently work for, and we're going to be talking about a variety of topics pertaining to the company. First, an overview of the company itself. Along with that will be the contrasting of the classical approach to management with human relations, along with contrasting the theory X versus theory Y, and also the management style that has been implemented by Dove Corporation and how it can be improved upon. Also, we'll be talking about how the president can take steps to effectively adopt the leadership membership exchange, along with the strengths and weaknesses of that model, and what contingency theory would best fit the company, along with why this theory will be the most beneficial. And along with that will be employee empowerment and positive and negative ways to engage in organizational business politics, along with substantial changes that the company should take, along with how the structure would change, financials, and all of that. So first, the history of Dove Corporation. They were founded in the 1950s by it's family owned up until recently, where the owner retired, and currently there are several offices, home-based offices in Canada and the United States, primarily Michigan, Ontario, and Texas, and many workers are remote. We have some that are in Mexico and all over the United States. And Dove Corporation offers whole wide of different services. It's a service-based business, as we are a customs brokerage, so we deal with services for our stakeholders, meaning our clients. And mostly the primary job in particular is like filing entries for customs and keeping in contact with customs to ensure things are customs compliant, along with dealing with trucking companies and various other parties that are involved in the services. And so, regarding the theory X versus theory Y approach, I said the theory X approach, there are sets of traditional assumptions about people, while theory Y is the alternative, which is more optimistic set of assumptions. And again, theory X is where management would believe people avoid responsibility, while theory Y believes that people can exercise their self-control and enjoy their work, which is what I believe Dove Corporation currently is following. But I also the contingency approach. It came from this studies of leadership styles, and there's not one way that is better than the other when it comes to managing people and work. That I said, one limitation would be that someone's self-efficacy is not strong to standards, meaning more training and experience would be needed to provide to enhance that. And then with the leadership exchange model, I said that it's the kind of model, while it recognizes that its approach is to develop individual working relationships with employees, some may already be incorporating this into their operations without knowing. So I said limitations are leadership can develop different relationships with the employees, and if one has an amazing working relationship with the leader and another person might not, it may lead to them feeling alienated and a cause for low performance, which has been seen, especially with my job, has been seen. I think that some of the key steps the president could take to implement this model would be by establishing trust and respect, meaning not favoriting one person over the other, holding frequent meetings, coming off as approachable, and being able to listen to the employee when needed. And also, along with meetings, one-on-one meetings, and keeping in contact, networking relationships, investing time and effort to speak with them is crucial. Also, I said regarding employee empowerment, this is a huge thing with the company, and empowerment is when the leader encourages their employees to do their best work and share their power with them, which gives them more confidence. And I think that the company, Dove Corporation, should put together an employee empowerment program. I think first suggestion would be to create a workspace where they have more employees themselves have more authority and control over making their decisions when it comes to the work, or else called an ownership zone. That would make them feel they're in control over their work and own up to their decisions and choices that are made, and if a mistake comes along the way. Another suggestion would be improving skills and cross-training. And along with that would be holding the frequent meetings to check in with them, the employees, ask them if they need assistance with anything, and give them the freedom to ask questions that they might not have thought of before. Office politics is a big one. I said regarding positive ways to engage in politics in the office, I would recommend people develop cooperative, friendly relationships with management and employees, because personalities can clash, but it's important to establish those relationships. I would also, it can be done in person, especially remote workers, can be done over the phone, through email, through Microsoft Teams communications. Another positive I had mentioned was paying attention and managing the impression, which means to accomplish achievement visibility, where you perform outstanding and then make sure that management and other employees see that you've achieved that as well. And then one negative way I wanted to mention was recommending that they don't stab people in the back, or when somebody is nice to somebody on the surface, but behind closed doors they are planning the demise of that employee. Reducing programs to reduce stress is a big one. Another big one. I recommended that a nap time program even be implemented for employees to take 15 to 20 minute breaks where they take a nap, or walking meetings where you have a meeting where you're walking at the same time, so you would get a chance for scenery, physical activity, while still communicating with the team. And I think as far as financials go, nap time would be the most cost effective. We would save the company the most money, because it would just be an employee taking a 15 to 20 minute break, and they would not have to pay the employees for that. And so management styles, I said that, I apologize. Conflict management style that is considered a win-win is collaborative. It's believed that both sides should gain something after a conflict has been resolved, and this has been implemented in Dove Corporation, where the team leaders would hold daily videos of meetings with employees to go over issues that could benefit the whole department, not just one person. And what the company should overall change, I think, would be a new software, because even in the day-to-day operations, there's usually something wrong that happens with the system that causes performance delays and upset customers. So even though it is costly and would be time-consuming to train new employees on the new system, in the long run, it is the most beneficial for the company to reduce stress and to increase productivity. So in conclusion, we brought up the theory X versus theory Y approach, along with positive and negative ways to engage in organizational politics in the company, along with one major and substantial change that the company should take, and how to create less stress in the workplace and increase productivity. And thank you guys for watching.